As a graphic designer, I find thrill in template art across game releases. Through developing favorites amongst questionable design choices, to discovering our continent rarely gets the superior option. You are hereby initiated into Rated Exploited. Recalling the varied CD cases adorning the toy section. Yes, before being relocated to electronics. This is where I memorized the iconic PlayStation typeface. But are you aware of a familiar box art known to Sega? Found this at a local resale shop. Purchased for the alternative novelty. Quite the irony in reverting back to this design upon the jump to DVD. How did retailers attempt to display this on shelf? Perhaps this is the reason I can't find any images. When I look at game releases in Japan, and even PAL regions, the US consistently adapts the inferior cover. Resident Evil 4 is a prime example. Even the Wii port features an updated monochromatic artwork. In the early 90s, during the era of rental shops, the Super Nintendo is a minimal but prime example that became my introduction to template box arts, setting consistency here in comparable Game Boy fashion. The 16-bit box art contrasts its black border to accentuate the game art. I love the examples that interact in three-dimensional fashion. I even adapt the same mindset when creating thumbnails. The Rated Exploited banner template is inspired through Bionicle and Technic. Both LEGO products, by the way. In the era of the VHS, which set no limit in free reign of case design, gaming had to advertise its console without hindering parental absent-mindedness that Sega and Nintendo only share a nationality. In personalized perception, my two favorite box art templates are from the transcendent era, console generation 7, DS, and PlayStation 3. Nintendo mimics the console's curvature, imitating the console's clamshell hinge. Upon release, PlayStation 3 adapts the Hamakarian typeface. I bet Spider-Man 3 is the lone game with identical font between box art and template. The use of this typeface became the perfect facelift to succeed what the PS2 carried from PS1. But my favor expands from simple banners. I've always loved PS3 far more than 2. The magnificent game library reigns in my top favorites. But fear not. Life in the niche minority is an existential synopsis. Within the ubiquitous era, console generation 9, Sony has a great thing going with box art. Xbox physical releases have diminished, and the Nintendo spines are too thin in accommodating much beyond the game title. With the iconography remaining prevalent, it harkens to the earliest of comic book eras, to this exact thumbnail, replicated in the moment of unpacking that game into its on-screen installation. Are you aware Nintendo's on-screen success is replicated through another tech line? Perhaps you crave a humorous outlook on the negativity around the Switch 2. Join the roast. Link is below. Your part in this Rated Exploited endeavor is of the highest appreciation. I'll make my return next week. Forever your fellow gamer.